Everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you have not like and subscribe the channel, please like and subscribe the channel. This is the place where you can learn Microsoft Intune. Today in this video I'm going to share you some known issue which is actually related to the Android. So as you can see on my screen, there is some management setting become permanent on Android 14. So this article has been published on December 18th by the Microsoft Intune support team. You can see here Google has recently, and this known issue has been identified by the Microsoft. Why? Because as you can see here, Google recently identified two known issue in Android 14 that make some management policy permanent on non-Samsung devices. So you should consider that it's only for non-Samsung devices, right? Not for the Samsung devices. So when a device is upgraded from Android 13 to Android 14, there is some certain settings are made permanent on the devices if it's non-Samsung devices, like other than Samsung devices like OnePlus or Google or Realme or any Oppo, any model. When the devices that have been upgraded to Android 14 are rebooted, other settings are made permanent on devices. So this is actually, if it's a permanent, then it's create a problem. Like for example, if you are managing a devices with personally on work profile, remember if I have already made video on how many way you can manage the Android devices. So if you are managing your devices with Microsoft Intune through personally on work profile, and if the device is running with Android 13 with the settings like block camera, right? And block apps from unknown sources. You remember if you are working as a Intune, so there is some restrictions settings, right? Block camera and block apps from unknown sources. If it's enabled in the management profile, and when the device upgrade to Android 14, the camera will be permanently blocked, even if you later disable the block camera setting in the Intune. So after the update of Android 13, when the device reboots, apps from unknown sources will also become permanently blocked even if you later disable block app from unknown sources from Intune. So this is actually very weird situation now, right? So due to the severity of this issue, we as a Microsoft, we don't recommend updating non-Samsung devices to Android 14 at this time. And if it's Android device, in enterprise devices, you can use Intune device restriction policy to postpone the system update, right? So you know how you can postpone the device the the system update on Android devices. If you are using zero touch or any, you can create a restrictions profile. I will show you in the later video. Unfortunately, this is a bug at the operating system level, not at the Microsoft level, meaning that the only way to fix is to revise OEM to release the OS update containing patches Android itself, because it's just a bug at the operating system level. Intune and other like device management providers like Workspace ONE or Mobile and also or any other do not have control over when these patches will be available, right? Because it's completely depend on the OEM, right? A devices that has been upgraded to 14 is rebooted. When a device that has been upgraded to 14 are rebooted, there is a certain settings are made on the permanent devices that are shipped with Android 14 will not app impact it. Like if any devices are shipped with the Android 14, it will not impact. So make sure these settings are affected on in the personal devices. You see here, this is to currently affect with the personally on work profile only, right? So if you are using BYD, yeah, or just giving a corporate users to segregate this personal and work profile, if you're using these options, so these settings will be in fact like impact, right? Fully managed dedicated and corporate owned devices, they Google recently fixed this issue for fully managed dedicated devices because it's a corporate owned fully devices. Prior to this, following setting could have become a permanent. This is the for and corporate owned work profile is it's using COPE. There is a issue too, which is when a is upgraded from 13 to 14, there is a like these devices are fully managed, dedicated. So almost you can say all these. So I will put this link in the description and you can see Google is currently sharing patches with other devices OEM with for this issue, like which OEM will integrate into this OS image going forward. Devices OEM like OnePlus or Oppo or Realme or Pixels or any devices will determine if how their devices will receive these fixes. When released, these OEM patches will prevent these users in the future. But if the device is already upgraded to Android 14 and experience the issue, any setting that will be made permanent will remain on the devices. So we'll continue to provide update on this as well. Until then, if you have any question, you can contact us through my channel. Till then, thank you. Have a good day. Bye bye. Take care.